Hey guys, we're finally on X, so smash that follow button at Cartier Family, eating with the Z, for your daily dose of content. From video clips to exclusive behind-the-scenes stuff that we can't even post on YouTube. We'll be posting about politics, just random viral funny stuff, and sports, you name it.
This for the platform of First Take, even though I said it on the Stephen A. Smith Show. Let me repeat it again to let everybody know I didn't stutter, okay? Black coaches called the black commentator to complain about a black superstar doing a podcast while his black head coach was on the hot seat before he ultimately lost the damn job. What does that have to do with white folks? Some things are none of your damn business.
Nothing.
It was a black on.
Hold on. Let me run this back.
I'm so confused. Like,
Yeah.
He's talking about LeBron. He's talking about LeBron going on the podcast while what's his name was finna get fired.
The coach.
Is that not what he's? I feel like that's what he's alluding to.
Okay, so LeBron went on JJ Redick's podcast.
Yeah.
They have a podcast together, I thought.
I
yeah,
thought
with
JJ
in the
had
barber
a-
chair, right?
Yeah,
No,
they like
that's
drink
theirs.
wine.
That's
It's like they
theirs.
sit and drink wine. Huh?
The barbershop is not LeBron's, is it?
No, the shop is LeBron's. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure. Or
when
it's,
they
it's
just sit
one
in
of
the
his
barber-
companies. But no, him and JJ Redick have a podcast together. I'm pretty sure. I've seen episodes of it on ESPN.
I thought that was a solo thing JJ was doing.
No, JJ has his own podcast, but him and Brian just came out with one where they sit and talk basketball.
Oh, okay.
Now all of a sudden, JJ
Okay.
Redick is the coach. Is LeBron
Okay.
really have that much pull?
Hell yeah!
You think he like every time I've seen people accuse like somebody finna get traded and saying LeBron has something to do with it, it usually happens, but they never confirm that he has something to do with it. But this would really confirm that he has that much pull if they actually have a podcast
You didn't
together.
see Bron and say, "Man, give me the clipboard."
Every team in the
I have
league,
seen that. No, I
give
have
me the
seen that.
clipboard.
every
man.
team in the league wants LeBron. He for sure has that much pull.
I don't know.
mean,
I think the interest in him is wavering. He's
honestly
getting
though,
old.
bro, it's been a lot of
Yeah, see, they do have a podcast. Almost 700K.
Damn, see, I didn't know that.
I
Yeah.
feel like you can't get rid of Bron. He's still putting up
Oh
30.
yeah, that's 100% what it was.
I mean, it's LeBron James, bro.
That's 100% what it was.
So if that's what he's alluding to, like that's got to be it.
Okay, no, but that's the thing though. I don't think nothing's wrong with JJ Redick being the head coach now because it's been a lot of NBA players that have came into head coaches. Like Jason Kidd,
yeah.
I mean, Steve Nash, it's a whole bunch of them. It's like, it's going to be a new era of coaches. So
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with that if they think JJ's smart. I think Bron's just doing that just to...
I've seen a lot of people say they think JJ Redd's a basketball genius.
He might be. That's what I'm saying though.
He played basketball.
He definitely has very nuanced basketball takes, like very in depth. I'm like, damn, he's very.
See, I haven't even watched this podcast, and I think I've seen some on TikTok where he said some
I've seen clips of it on ESPN. Like
very interesting stuff about basketball and just knowing basketball. So I mean, let's
He
see
might
what's
be the
going on,
next
though.
Steve Kerr.
he has the most popular podcast for any basketball player, like numbers wise.
Who all got podcasts in the NBA?
Patrick,
a ton of
Paul
them.
George, Draymond.
Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, Gilbert Arenas.
I like Gilbert's one. I be watching Gilbert.
I've never seen one of his. I've never
It's
seen.
funny.
I've seen him on the Cam and Mace one though.
Yeah, that wouldn't be having me.
All right, let's see what everybody's talking about.
This for the platform of First Take, even though I said it on the Stephen A. Smith Show. Let me repeat it again to let everybody know I didn't stutter, okay? Black coaches called the black commentator to complain about a black superstar doing a podcast while his black head coach was on the hot seat before he ultimately lost the damn job. What does that have to do with white folks? Some things are none of your damn business.
Nothing.
It was a black on black thing, but you got other folks who will remain nameless working with.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Stephen A. race baiting then.
He's just like dropping a lot of race into this.
Yeah, why your black head? When you say that, race bait.
Yeah, he's race baiting.
When you say a color at all, that's race
And
bait.
he said, "What does that have to do with white people?" Like, bro.
You just said why your black head.
Well, why is he okay? I'm just confused. Like, okay, what did someone say about him for him to be saying that? I'm just confused. Like, he's saying the black coaches thing. Okay, but like, why is he bringing white people in on that?
Well, because people. Okay, you finna see because it's a lot. Because a lot of people were saying
Yeah,
that he
I'm
was,
still lost,
a guy
bro. Yeah.
said that Stephen A. was
mean,
a race baiter, and
well,
he's upset about. He's gonna be upset about that.
I saw him say. His comments about Kaylin Clark were very race baitish.
He does that. I don't know why he's acting like he doesn't do it.
was extremely race baitish.
But
Stephen
on
A,
his
this is
show,
what-
he be giving me a different take though.
Yeah, his
sometimes.
podcast. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
his podcast definitely. I was like, okay, I really like to hear what he has to say. But when he gets on ESPN,
He pander.
they kind of get under my skin a little bit. I'm like, all right, brother, calm down.
Chill out, bro.
Like literally.
And I fuck with Steve.
All right,
I do.
let's
I
see.
really
so,
do.
Y'all can get some more context.
His black head coach was on the hot seat before he ultimately lost the damn job. What does that have to do with white folks? Some things are none of your damn business.
Nothing.
It was a black on black thing, but you got other folks who will remain nameless working for other networks with their irrelevant ass selves, popping their junk, okay? And the fact of the matter is, it has absolutely positively nothing to do with that. It's about the fact that this situation ended up looking the way that it looks optically.
And they were asking, why would LeBron James do that?
What did LeBron do?
What does that have to do with you and your white ass, Doug Gottlieb?
Okay, that's why. Okay, so it's exactly what we thought it was.
So we're finna hear what
it's
Doug
quite
has to
literally
say.
exactly what we thought.
We're finna hear what Doug has to say right now.
When he says like the black NBA coaches and all that, like you're making it a race thing. As soon as you say all the black guys have a problem with something, it's a race thing.
So you finna tell me Stephen A. finna hit the Joey Reid in front of our
Well, let's see. He's there.
I don't know, man.
Don't compare him to
yeah,
Jordan.
don't. That's crazy.
Man, that's what
almost
y'all
slanderous.
that's what y'all trying to give me right now. That's what y'all
He
playing.
just don't understand that he is a race baiter. Some black people won't understand, because it's just what black people do.
Well, that's like me coming on TV and saying all the black guys I know have a problem with this. That's a race thing. You just made it a race thing. You could have said
black or white.
You could have said a few of these coaches rather than saying the black ones specifically have a problem. You should have been like, well, there were coaches in the NBA that had a problem with the time of the podcast. That is not a race thing. As soon as you say the black coaches specifically had a problem, it's a race thing. Sorry, you did that. So I mean,
Yeah,
call
Stephen
a
A.
spade, brother.
You did that bad, my brother.
He also said that Caitlin Clark's stardom is because she's white. He said a lot of it is played into because she's white. That's a race thing. You made it a race thing.
Yeah, that is.
It can't be because she's the most popular
See, but that's
underdog
the
or
thing,
something.
though.
You just made it a race thing.
I was thinking that like when it's true, I mean, you still are making it a race thing.
No,
but when
for
it's
sure.
true, it's a little bit different.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's a little truth in that in the statement. I won't deny that, but
so
like just
nothing's wrong with that.
I don't know. The way he framed it on TV wasn't more so like giving props. He was making it a race thing.
Yeah, on this instance, if you do it like this is a
the
problem.
Caitlin Clark, like in college, it kind of started as a race thing, so I could see why they try to continue to bring that up. I don't think they ever let that go.
A lot of media is getting views and money off that race thing
So-
with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. So yeah, that's why that one's okay to make those assessments. But when you say this coach,
talk-
your black head coach was getting fired while you were sitting on that white guy's podcast, and now he's the white head coach. That's basically what you're saying.
That's exactly what he said. That's quite literally exactly what he's been saying.
That's crazy.
What I can tell you is this. Numerous coaches, black coaches, called me expressing how they took issue with that podcast taking place. And I think you know enough to know that that's true. Some of them felt very salty about that. We certainly are not blaming JJ Redick.
Can I pause you on that? They were salty because he chose to do a podcast with a white guy or because it hurt Darvin Ham?
Because it hurt Darvin
Got it,
Ham.
okay.
Because it hurt Darvin Ham.
Stephen A. Smith said,
I
in regards
respect
to
her question for getting clarification.
But that's the thing, though. If the Lakers feel like they want to go a different way with a different coach, how is that?
Everyone knows Darvin Ham was gonna get fired. I think they're saying like LeBron going on there and talking about basketball and the problems that the Lakers were having reflects bad on the coach when he's already on the hot seat. Then the coach gets fired, and the guy that you were talking basketball with
Got the job.
assumes his role. But I will say he was not the first choice. They tried to get the UConn coach. He said no. Now they got JJ. I mean, that's got to be what happened.
Hey, you know what would be insane?
I got a perfect
if
guy.
my boy JJ get there and he makes a dynasty like Steve Kerr. That's just gonna be funny.
That would be crazy. You know, it takes years to build that though.
They say LeBron knows so much about the game, so you don't think that he thinks JJ? Oh, JJ knows what he's talking about.
I mean, I definitely can see how a hand in JJ getting hired.
He 100% did.
I mean, that's definitely a very fair speculation based on a lot of circumstances here. Your coach is on the hot seat. You go on the podcast, talk about the problems you're having with the coaching and things, and your coach is on the hot seat. He gets fired. Now the guy who spoke about it fills his role. Everyone says you have a hand in the role of the thing that happens on every team you own.
Sure.
I mean,
and that's all it is. To leave it
Why
at that.
where the race come from?
LeBron, he had a hand in that. He had a hand in JJ's hiring.
The race comes in, and like he's saying, all the other black coaches are mad that you went and talked bad about your black coach who's on the hot seat.
I don't think he would even talk
Why
about
they
that.
can't
That's basically what Stephen A. said.
Why
though.
they can't just leave it as coaches?
Yeah, he should have just said a bunch of the coaches had a problem with LeBron going on there talking bad about his coach who's on the hot seat.
For sure he was talking bad.
Well, I mean, they talk about the struggles the Lakers had. That's the coach's
talking bad.
fault.
Oh, that's talking bad.
They talk about a lot, you know?
Yeah.
They talk about a lot of different things. So, I mean, You know, I mean, I can see how they said that, but as soon as you specify that the coaches who had a problem are the black coaches have a problem with the other black coach, I mean, you made it a race thing, brother.
Yeah,
you can't be mad about that.
He did.
You literally did. Hold on, we go to just fast forward to what Doug said. I want to see what Doug said.
Stephen A. Smith said in regards to J.J. Redick, LeBron doing J.J. Redick's podcast.
Oh, yeah, that was great. That he's heard from other coaches, namely black coaches that have an issue with it.
Yeah. Let me state this really, really carefully, okay? Stephen A. Smith is a race baiter.
Oh, wow.
Okay? He is disgraceful saying that on national TV. Disgraceful. So, J.J. Redick and LeBron James are clearly friends. They have a relationship. They have mutual respect for one another. The only one who's making it out to be a racial thing is Stephen A. Smith. Which he's making he is creating this. This is honestly pure evil. That's what bad people do. So bad people do. You know, Stephen A. Smith had COVID really, really bad, was in the hospital. I texted him 3 or 4 times wishing him well because I'm a good human being. I believe he has switched over.
Oh, wow.
Whatever he thinks has been done to him or to black people, like this is just as bad as the perception that President Trump stokes the white nationalist flame. Same thing. There's no difference. There's no difference. None.
That's
making it out to be somehow.
Don't lie.
So that is a crazy
Don't lie. He
comparison.
kind of cooking. He is cooking.
I mean, I can see how he.
He's 100% right, bro. I'm not gonna demonize Stephen A. like he's a bad. That's just what black people do, bro. I'm not gonna say he's a bad guy, but what black people do sometimes it's evil.
I will say I did agree with him. Stephen A. Smith 100% made it a racial thing. That is a fact. Based on what I just saw, based on all the facts we uncovered and confirmed, I have to agree. He made it a race thing. But I mean, if he's gonna say he makes
why he didn't just get on LeBron ass and just left it as LeBron? Be like, dang, LeBron, you just tweaked out.
he got on LeBron, bro. He did.
But why he brought the race into it?
How you gonna judge what the organization decided to do?
Yeah.
You feel me?
You still got Magic
Johnson. Everybody knew Darvin Ham was going to get fired. It's been speculated for the past 2 years.
Agreed with it, but it's no reason to say it has something to do with a race or demonizing LeBron. Like that's crazy, bro. Let's just keep going though. Doug,
I have to agree. Stephen A. Smith 100% made it a race thing. When he started saying he's pure evil, I was like, damn, he going hard. He started turning up.
President Trump stokes the white nationalist flame. Same thing. There's no difference. There's no difference. None. Making it out to be somehow that like a racial thing. How could you do a podcast with J.J. Redick? Because they're friends. And he respects him.
After I hear him finish his statement, I agree. I think Doug made some points. I think he went hard. He definitely went very hard on Stephen A.
Yeah, but we gotta start calling that shit out though, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie. Like, I grew up watching Stephen A. So if you grow up watching media that feeds you that.
He definitely made it a race thing. Like, he's like all the black coaches are mad at you for being a black man for going and saying what your black coach did bad and he's about to get fired with a white guy who happens to fill his job. That's almost like at the very core of what he alluded to with his statements. That's what it is, in my opinion, based on what I've uncovered.
A problem.
Now the host did the other female host on ESPN kind of saved his skin a little bit, like mad because he's white or mad because it's J.J. Redick. He's like, oh, it's just J.J. Redick. I mean, sure, that saves you. But she had to ask because you said the black coaches are mad that you, a black man, went on their podcast with this white guy and your black coach is on the hot seat. So she had to ask that question, like based on the comments that you laid out there. Definitely. So when Doug says you made it a race thing,
he did.
I can't deny that. He's right. You definitely did, and you definitely fanned some flames there. You did.
And that race baiting tactic, I would say, is keeping our community down, bro. That's why I have to agree with what Doug said.
I just don't. I won't say it's keeping our community down, but it definitely paints a bad message.
He creating victims.
It paints a bad message. It definitely sends a bad message, a message that I'm not really thinking is very necessary. I'm not a fan of that.
Of creating victims. Because that's kind of, man, I ain't get that job, man. Basically, because,
A black dude gave a white dude my position. He said he was better at
so
my
now
position.
LeBron, they basically calling him a coon.
Oh, wow.
David Lee. The list goes on and on. Don't get me started with Howie Long, Terry Bradshaw. You understand? And the rest of the crew. I know them all. I got a lot of friends over at Fox Sports Radio. Make no mistake about it. So this ain't about Fox Sports Radio or throwing any shade on them. I'm talking specifically about Mr. Gottlieb, whose name I never mention. Never. I don't dislike him. I don't like him. I don't really know him. I don't have much use for him. Just like he apparently has no use for me. But I never discussed him. He has said some BS over the years. He said some dumb shit over the years. I've never brought it up. I don't bother him. But this guy goes on his show on Thursday accusing me of being a race baiter for reporting that black NBA coaches condemned J.J. Redick's podcast with LeBron James.
Didn't have to
but
reveal
before I
they
go
were
any
black.
further, let me quote what Doug Gottlieb said. Quote, Stephen A. Smith, remember, this is him bringing up my name, y'all. He started this. Stephen A. Smith is a race baiter. He is disgraceful saying that on national television. Disgraceful. J.J. Redick and LeBron James are clearly friends. They have a relationship. They have mutual respect for one another. The only one who's making it out to be a racial thing is Stephen A. Smith. He is creating this. This is honestly pure evil. That's what bad people do. So I'm a bad person now. This is what bad people do. Oh, he doesn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen. This is just as bad as the perception that President Trump stokes the white nationalist flame. Same thing. There's no difference. No difference. None. So I want y'all to understand the magnitude of what Doug Gottlieb just said. Doug Gottlieb just compared my saying that black coaches who have called me had a problem with the podcast, and I'll get into that in a second. But Doug Gottlieb is comparing that and equating that to Donald Trump and white nationalists.
Can we pause? Can I say why, though?
So when
I don't understand why he's being dense. I understand why he's mad about it being compared to something so extreme. But you basically said all the black coaches are mad at you, a black man, for going on there and almost bad-mouthing your black coach with this white guy who then takes the job after
your black coach.
I mean, that's literally just what it is at the core. So it's almost like all the black guys are mad at you for supporting this white guy who replaced your black guy.
That's literally what it is.
That's literally what he's saying.
Because if it was a black guy, it wouldn't be no problem.
I'm sure there would be a lot. I'm sure he wouldn't have came on TV and said all of them are mad about it.
Exactly. So therefore,
and if he did,
bait.
I think there may have been a different statement given by Stephen A. I'm sure he would have said some of my friends who are coaches are mad about this rather than the black coaches that I know are mad. Damn it, bro.
Because he's white. Because look. Because if it was a black guy that was a young guy that played in the NBA, they would have just disagreed with it. You see what I'm saying? They would have just said, well, he's a young guy. I mean, I don't know how that's going to work. They're friends on the podcast. They would have said exactly what Doug said. I mean, I think if he would have just came out and said, some coaches that I know are mad about LeBron's timing of what he said, rather than they're mad at you, a black guy. You know what I'm saying? If he was black, that's what they would have said.
That's what I'm saying. We quantify him as a black guy and saying the black guys are mad about you, a black guy, for not defending another black guy.
Stephen A. don't get it. He don't get it.
And then when you look at the context of what they're mad at, a black guy talking to a white guy, you gotta know what you're doing,
See,
bro.
he's smart. I thought we thought he was getting better. You know,
I still think he's getting better. I think he's just.
He hitting that Joy Reid, bro.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say he hitting Joy Reid, but I just think his comments were in very bad taste.
Let's see what he says about Trump.
That's what I will say. The comments are in bad taste.
Just say disgraceful.
He liberal at heart, but when he look at the numbers, he like, ooh.
To Donald Trump,
I still ride with you, Steven.
and white nationalists?
Bad comments though.
So when the mayhem took place in Charlottesville, Virginia, and a young lady was killed, and we had folks out there marching and white supremacists making themselves conspicuous.
Why are they comparing?
And Donald Trump goes over the airwaves and say, there were good and bad people on both sides. That's the equivalent of this. When there was riots in the streets during the whole social justice movement, and Donald Trump was surrounded by men in the military, walking over to do a prop.
Why is he comparing?
I believe it was a Bible in his hand. That equates to me talking about LeBron James.
What's wrong with that?
Dare I say, only somebody who
They try to say
thinks
he was
about white
pandering.
nationalists would say something like that.
Oh
Like what Doug
wow.
Gottlieb said.
Oh wow.
But I won't go there because I don't know Doug Gottlieb like that.
went
And
there,
quite frankly,
bro.
I don't want to know him.
Oh wow.
So I'm not going to accuse him of being anything. I'm going to stick to what exactly he said. First things first.
He's mad.
Doug Gottlieb was a hell of a basketball player, which I was not. Doug Gottlieb was a guy, if I remember correctly, led the nation in assists. Brother had game. He's now the coach, the head basketball coach at Wisconsin Green Bay. Wish him nothing but the best. I'm not rooting against him. We're going to stick to his commentary, his comments right now.
Stephen A.
So he said Doug was a basketball coach?
Yeah, he's a basketball player and a coach.
So, and he doesn't work for Fox or not?
I guess he works for Fox Sports Radio.
Oh, okay. Him being a basketball coach and played basketball and was really good, that even more is a reason why you were race better. Because
I just think the fact that you just made it, like you said, black coaches and are mad at you, and then you look at the context of why they're mad at him, and the context of things that have transpired since all of the timing of the podcast. I mean, I just think I see why Doug said what he said.
I don't see why he don't see it.
Yeah, I know what I think is going
understand why
on.
Stephen A's mad because I knew as soon as he said this is like Donald Trump in the white.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna be upset.
I knew like I was like, all right, he's about to be pissed off. I was like, whoa. I was like, that's extreme.
But the things he
Like,
said
that's a
Trump
little
did
extreme.
wasn't even that bad.
Hey, look. What happened to Stephen
What was
A?
crazy about what Trump did? I don't even...
I mean, he said Trump, like the white nationalist flames. He's like Trump came, some white nationalists came to some event, and they like Trump said he didn't like condemn them all the way. I think that's what he was saying. He stoked the flames and that. I guess he's trying to compare like things that people were mad at Trump for and related it white nationalists to what he did, saying is that as bad as what I did? Like brother, you know, like brother, like just look at the context of what was said. Look, all you had to say was I didn't mean it like that. It's
Hey,
cool.
you know
like,
what? Actually,
I guess he just mad. He going back at Doug.
Actually, it's the same thing. It hurts the people and it hurts the community.
I mean,
he's race baiting. That hurts.
I think
black people.
as soon as he said black guys are mad at you, a black guy, it's racist. Bro.
I really think he didn't even say, no coaches even told him anything. I really just think he's just saying it off his heart.
Bro, I feel like maybe some of these guys do got the
So they
inside
gonna
scoop
just
the
go-
way they be running their mouth.
So you think they just gonna call Stephen A. Smith about that?
I mean-
Man, Stephen A. Nah, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Hold on, though.
I'm gonna
'Cause I
keep
don't
it
know if
100.
Doug is a liberal or conservative.
I don't think that matters.
But look, though, because like in the context of saying that this is on the same level as a white nationalist.
Well, I see.
So, no, hold on.
I think he meant like.
What is a white nationalist though? What is a white nationalist?
What means like you want white people?
So if Stephen A. say something, if he's upset that another black man or these black coaches are upset that a black man didn't get in this position, what does that make you? A nigga nationalist.
All right.
I'm keeping on. Is that
That's crazy. He said nigga nationalist though.
If I would prefer a black woman to get hired every single time, or a black man to get hired if I was a teacher to every single time, I'm not gonna say that make you a because it sounds bad when it says you're a nationalist, but it's the same objective.
Well, I mean,
See
like,
what I'm saying?
I just think by that he meant like he's like creating civil unrest, like how Trump refused to condemn the white nationalists. You're condemning LeBron, a black guy, for collaborating with this white guy, seemingly against the black guys, and other black guys who are in the similar position as the black coach you have are offended. I believe he's saying like he's creating civil unrest, like that was like a black versus white thing.
That's
I believe
crazy.
that's what Doug was alluding to, that Stephen A. made with his comments. I believe
Hold
so,
on, though.
in my opinion.
You think the Boston coach feel like that?
I don't think he really cares about all this nonsense.
I
He a real-
Maybe.
I didn't get the backstory on the Trump situation though. So like, when did that occur?
His first presidency.
So like, it was a lot of white people at like a rally or
It was
something.
like I guess they were like.
Remember in
supposed
Charleston,
white
in
supremacists.
South Carolina, in the
Something.
church?
Okay.
Was that when he was in
I
prison?
have no freaking idea when whatever happened.
So it was, I guess-
I just know about the situation. I don't know when it happened.
Charleston.
I
I
just know
know.
about
Okay.
it.
So around maybe his presidency.
I know it was during his
presidency.
first term. Yes.
Okay. Well, what happened though? Like, so it was a bunch
He just
of-
like came out like when they asked him about the event, like because people were protesting and some white nationalists showed up to the event. Rather than condemning the white nationalists for showing up to the event, he said there was good and bad people on both sides. Like so basically saying not all the white nationalists were bad. Some of them were good people. But despite them being white nationalists, people are mad at him not condemning them for just flat out being white nationalists.
Oh, that's insane. So
So
but
he's
we don't
basically
even know-
saying like he's stroking the flames.
Okay, I know, but like if white nationalists showed up to the event, what if he was saying that they were the bad people and the other people were the good people?
I feel like that's what people wanted him to do, but he didn't do it because he.
Okay, that's what they wanted him to do.
Like he didn't.
Okay.
He wasn't
Well,
divisive. He
So
was like,
that's how they was trying to call him
yes,
racist.
Like yes, some
The
of them
Joy
were
Reid.
some of them were bad, but there was good and bad people on both sides. I mean, we can say like there was bad people
like
on the
that's
sides of the
like good
protests. Buildings and stuff was burnt down.
Is that not a great thing to say for your PR?
I mean,
like, as far as like,
I feel like that's a good PR answer.
You couldn't pander
that's
for
a great
both sides.
PR answer.
I mean, like
Was
that's,
somebody
they
get
use,
harmed?
they
Did
use
somebody
that
die?
against them. They
That's
use that
insane.
Did
against
somebody
Trump.
die or get harmed?
I don't know. I don't know
Probably
what
not.
transpired at this debate. Or
That's
this
probably why it probably was
protest.
probably a
bad.
little rally or something. But
Well,
like,
it's bad. I think people are
I
just
don't know
mad
what
because
happened.
it's bad that he didn't condemn the white nationalists. But I'm sure some of those white nationalists are some of his supporters.
yeah, you can't condemn
I
them.
mean, why would he just go and shit
And
on
also
people that
though, like
support
that's
him?
like, I mean, I know we not in that time, but it's like we wouldn't agree with some people don't agree with everything that the Black Panther Party did or stood for. You see what I'm saying? Like they were going out harming, cops and all type of people.
I
But
just
then if
thi-
you
I-
go to an event like that, you could also say, I mean, like it was good and bad people at that event. Like he might be an extremist, but he might be just in this because it is like the best thing to do is say, I mean, it was good and bad people at the event.
So a spectrum.
I agree.
Yeah, like who just condemn? Like you can't do that. That's insane, bro. Wow. Okay. See, this proves even more, bro. I didn't know it was. I knew it was deep, but I didn't know it was that deep. That why Stephen A. was that mad. I can
They
see
call
why,
they call anybody that's MAGA white nationalists. So
how he thinks. I
were
can
they
see why.
actually white nationalists? I don't know.
I don't know what really happened at the.
I don't know
event,
what
guys.
happened
Let
at
us
the
know.
event,
Maybe we
honestly.
can look up that, but honestly, it don't goddamn matter. I'm pretty sure anybody that's running for president say it's good and bad people at an event of where his supporters is at. So that's insane.
No.
Stephen A. The fact he just still liberal at heart, bro.
They say Joe Biden going to condemn it though.
He will. That's what the liberals do.
Oh, well, it says
He will.
there was a white nationalist movement. Unite the Right was a white supremacist rally that took place in Charlottesville.
Bro, that's
Clashes broke out between the white nationalists and counter protesters.
like I mean, bro, that's damn near the same thing as the white boy summer.
Unite
That's what that is.
Unite the Right is
Was a white supremacist rally that took place.
if this is they were bad. I mean, like this is they were alt-right, Confederate, fascist,
Klansmen at
Nazi
the party?
Klansmen and militias.
Y'all know, let us know if that's
Said
true.
they chanted racist and anti-Semitic slogans and had weapons
Hey,
and
but
Nazi
that's-
symbols.
That's Wikipedia, though.
Yeah, this is Wikipedia. Let's go to Time Magazine.
We need to. We can figure out what happened at the event, but honestly, I don't give a damn. That's what that's his fans, bro. Like,
Vehicle drove into the crowd. Okay, I remember hearing about
I
this.
think I do remember hearing about that.
It says Trump condemned an egregious display of hatred and bigotry and violence on many sides.
Yeah.
Said we need a swift restoration of law and order. What happened in... Hold on. Is this what Trump said?
So there it is, right there.
Hold
He
on.
said
Is
it
that
was
what Trump
good
said?
and bad people at the event.
Wait, he said...
Oh, that's good people right there. Oh, he's a bad guy. I don't. That's the best thing to say, bro.
It says Trump said...
Hey, bro. Honestly, I see why that's a big talking point. I see why he's mad because I was talking to a guy in Detroit and he was all like, "So why didn't Trump come out and condemn them white supremacists at the event?"
It says he said, we have to heal the wounds of our country. We are going to make every effort possible to make sure the healing procedure goes quickly. I love the people of our country. I love all the people of
That's
our
what Trump
country.
said.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie, he did condemn the Proud Boys. I remember him saying,
Yeah,
that
no,
during
he
that
said he said he condemned the display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides. That's what he said.
Yeah, I'm done with this shit, bro. Stephen A, you can talk your ass off.
He
You're a
condemned
smart
him.
guy,
Is that not him condemning him?
Stephen A, you're
They
a
probably
smart
wanted
guy
him to
on,
say it a
on
different
some
way,
things,
probably.
bro. But with this right here, bro, you just don't get it, bro. I don't know why you don't get it. Guys, let us know what y'all think about this.